kitchen and we're about to make lasagna. Now my lasagna is a little bit different from other people's lasagnas in that it has pepperoni on it. That's because I'm a big pizza fan. I don't have the courage yet to make pizza myself, so I make a lasagna with pizza style. Well, we're getting ready to cook the meat, and what I like to do is add some of this Captain Nemo's powder here from Captain Nemo's sub shop in the base of each of the pans. In addition to that, I like to toss a little bit of this basil in there, get things going. And while I've got my water over here, put some basil in that as well as salt. That water's still not hot enough to cook the noodles yet, but it's getting there. We're going to put the meat in the pans. Got my ground beef in one pan, and I've got my Italian sausage in the other. Well, the meats are looking good. I've got the sausage cooked up well. I've got my ground beef cooked up nice over here as well. And as it stands, the water is nearly ready to boil. Okay, to make the sauce, one of the first things you want to do is get your diced tomatoes. You're probably going, diced tomatoes? What are you talking about? Well, ever since I've been making lasagna, which was like 2 weeks ago, my first lasagna ever, I used diced tomatoes. Drain them first. Get that juice out of there. As much of the juice as you can, get it out of there. You take them, put them in a bowl with some paper towel, and that'll help soak up a little bit more of that. You don't want your lasagna too wet. That'll help soak up quite a bit of that juice, so you just get the tomatoey goodness and not the runny lasagna. You take a can of your tomato paste, get that open, and that's nice and thick too. I'll get that in there. You've got your diced tomatoes, your tomato paste, and your tomato sauce. Once those are all in there, you end up with some wonderful stuff. We rinse my hands. And then in there, I take more of that Captain Nemo's, put a pinch of that, a bit of this garlic. You just tap on it. Go for some more basil. Tap that in there. Just one light tap, that's the wrong one, of the cilantro. Well, we've got the water boiling right there. Don't put your hands in it, it'll burn them. Good. Enough pasta for your size pasta dish. And since this is the last half of this box, I'm putting it all. Don't forget to, of course, as you're cooking the noodles, stir them. And one of the things I did while I wasn't shooting was I added a couple of drops of the Filippo Berrio olive oil to the water. Keeps it from sticking to itself. Okay, so we've got the noodles out in a bowl. They're fine. What you want to do, take a swig of your soda because it's getting hot here. You got some vegetable oil. Spray the bottom of the pan and the sides down. Okay, that's done. Take those noodles and lay them in the bottom of the pan, just like this. Matter of fact, I'll move the pan over here, the bowl over here so you can see better. Got those laying in there. At this point, you take some of your sauce. I'm going to find a different, no, I can use the same spoon that I was stirring it with. And lay some of that sauce over the top of it. See, this is a good thickness of the sauce, because the first time I made it, it was too thin. And I just did not like that thin sauce. It's driving me batty. So you got the sauce there. I'm going to take a layer of the sausage here. Put that in there. And feel free to use your hands, but wash them a bunch of times. Like constantly. Now you got all that sausage in there, so wash the hands, because you're going to be working with the cheese here in a second. And it's cool because a lot of these cheeses are pretty easy to open, but if they're not, keep a pair of scissors nearby, and you can just cut them on the line where they say to tear them, and they'll open right up. This is just the basic grocery store brand cheese. I got 2 from the name brand as well, so I'm mixing it up. See how it's starting to look like something? Just load it up with cheese there and spread it around. Now that's getting good. Now here's where we make this go from mere lasagna to lasizza. Crack open the pepperonis, slap a layer of these bad boys down in there, and I am telling you what, this is the magic touch that makes all the difference in the world.